Hey guys, welcome back to La Desert Crochet. My name is Joy.
And as you all know, my name is Liz.
And in this video, I'll be learning how to crochet from Liz.
What will you be making today?
A scarf.
I'll also be making this halter dress that I'm wearing in rasta colors for a client.
If you enjoyed this video, kindly like, comment and share.
If you're not subscribed, kindly subscribe and join the family.
Or else you lose your phone.
Let's get into the video. The student is already in class waiting for the teacher to come in and start the lesson. So here comes the teacher, and we're going to be working with a medium weight yarn. We had people behind this camera that were talking too much. As you can see, we were not even able to record the voice together with the video. Before we started the class, my student mentioned that she had a crochet project going. So I asked her to show it to me, and she mentioned that she was working on a table mat. And I feel like she has done a good job. Even though it's a bit curved, I know we can work on this and we can make it better. But before then, I want to teach her how to work in straight lines first before we can get to working in rounds. The best part about this class is that she's not all green. She actually knows how to start off a project. She knows how to make a slip knot, and that is what she's doing right now. And she tells me that she's learned this in school. Like CBC is teaching our babies how to crochet, how to knit, and I think that's a good thing. She also knows how to chain, and I'm pretty impressed with how she's holding the hook. Like, I've always wanted to hold my hook like this, but I can't. Like, I cannot work fast while holding the hook like this. So I love what she's doing. And I think she can make a pretty impressive crochet designer. All she needs is time. And with the interest that she has, I think she's going to do well. I'm helping her take the measurement of the chain that she's already made to confirm that it's gotten to the 10 inches, which is the width of the scarf that she's working. And since she's not gotten there, I'm letting her continue until she gets to the 10 inches. I'm taking the measurement of my chain as I let her finish hers. And right now she has the 10 inches ready. So we're ready to start row 1. And that is what I'm going to be showing her, how to work the first double crochet. She says that she knows how to work a double crochet, so I'll just be showing her how to start the very first one and then let her work to the end of the row. Right here we're both working our first row with just one double crochet into every chain. She was having trouble with that very first double crochet, and I had to go back and show her exactly how to do it. I was very impressed with how fast she was getting the concept, and so we were off to a good start, and each one of us went on to complete the first row. So right here, I'm just explaining exactly what she's supposed to do at that beginning. So we are yarning over and pulling a loop through a chain, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2. Then we yarn over and go into the next chain. We pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we yarn over and pull through the remaining 2. After checking the work, I realized that she had made a mistake, so I went on to correct the mistake. I was impressed with how much she was willing to learn and was ready to take any corrections. And so here we're just making the correction and making sure that she wasn't going to repeat the same mistake. And so we move on. After a few stitches, I check her work and she's doing pretty good. As she's doing her thing, I decide to start on an order that I should be working on. I'll be making a halter dress, and therefore I started out by taking the measurement of the top and the shoulder to shoulder measurements. Start off with a chain as usual, and then I go on to do my first row. And by the time I'm done with the first row, she's done with her first row too. So I get back to the project that I was using for illustration. And to begin row 2, we chain 3, and that is what I'm doing right there, and letting her do the same thing. So she's chaining 3 on her project. And then after she's done with the chain, we're going to turn. So we turn in order to begin row 2. And I let her know that the first chain is a double crochet, and therefore we begin in the second stitch. So right here, I'm just showing her how to work the very first stitch, which is done in the second stitch because the chain is the first double crochet. So right there, I'm just making sure that she's going into the right stitch and not working one loop, but both loops of the stitch. Right here, we're still figuring out the part of the stitch where the hook should go and ensure that we are working the stitches in the right spot. And by now, I feel like she's gotten the hang of it. So now we are working row 2, and I'm going to let her work the rows as I continue with mine. Several rows later, and she's doing a good job, and I'm pretty impressed. So we keep going. When I check her work after like 6 rows, I noticed that she had skipped a stitch on the 4th row. And this is usually a very common mistake among beginners. Like when you work in rows, most of the stitches at the end are chains, and that chain is usually forgotten. So we had to unravel row 6 and row 5 to get back to the 4th row and make sure that we don't miss a stitch, because if she misses that stitch more than once or in several rows, then she's going to end up with something that is not straight. So right here, I'm just showing her that stitch that she missed and encouraging her to be careful so that she doesn't miss that same stitch in other rows. With that mistake corrected, we get back to our projects and we keep going. This is how far along we are after like an hour or so. Could have been 2 hours, I'm not sure, because I wasn't keeping tabs on the time, and we are pretty excited with our progress. I'm done with the part of my project that I was working in black yarn, and I'm just taking the measurement to make sure that it is the exact measurement that I was going for. And right here, I'm reconnecting the green. I'm working in raster colors, by the way. So I'll be working black, green, yellow, red, and then black again. So right here, I'm just working with the green yarn, and I'm going to do several rows with the green. And then after that, I'll cut off the yarn and reconnect the yellow. Time for me to check on my student again, and when I check this out, I feel like I should be checking out what she's doing after every row, because she had skipped so many stitches in the previous rows. You could clearly see that her project was curving in. So instead of having straight edges, we were having curves, and so we had to unravel again. I let her do the honors of unraveling herself so that she could feel the pain and so that she could be more careful in the subsequent rows. She could still afford a smile, and that was a good thing. So she's unraveling so that we can get back to where the mistake was made. So right here, I'm just showing her the last row that needed to be unraveled, and then making sure that in the previous row, no stitch was skipped. We then get back to our projects and we keep going. As you can see right here, I'm already done with the top, and I'm just doing an extension on the waist area so that I can extend the top into a dress. And to do that, I needed to complete a round, because from now on, I'll not just be working rows, but rounds. This is after like 3 hours, and we decide to take a break from the lesson, and we shall be continuing the following day. I'll be going to bed today a very proud teacher, and I can't wait to see what we'll do tomorrow. As I check the last part of the project, we realized that she had skipped another stitch, but it wasn't so far along, so that will be easy to correct, and we shall be getting back to you during the next lesson.
This is what I was able to make.
And I think she did a very amazing job. For a first timer, this is totally awesome, and I'm very proud of her. Try it on. Let's see how it looks on you. What do you think about it, Joy?
I love it very much. Even I'm so proud of myself.
What do you want to make for yourself next?
I'd like to make a top for myself.
Wow, we'll get right to it. Now, this is the halter dress that I created, and yeah, it's lovely, as you can see. I've already done a tutorial for this halter dress, and the link for the tutorial is in the description box. So if you want to watch the tutorial, click on it and watch the tutorial.
And also, I started a new scarf for a client.
Imagine that, we already have a client.
Thank you guys for watching this video. It was really fun.
As usual, don't forget to like, comment, and share.
And don't forget to subscribe.
See you in the next one.
Bye.